Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. Our topic is, should you buy a car as an international student? This is the first slide, and I just want to give you a quick overview. We'll explore the pros and cons, what to consider, and help you make an informed decision. So let's get started. So, in short, the answer is yes, but only once you're financially comfortable doing so. Having owned my vehicle for quite some time now, I can confidently say that having your own car really does make life a lot easier. It offers flexibility and convenience, especially when you're managing a busy schedule. For me, I bought my car after living in Canada for about 3 years, and only after I had been on my work permit for a year. That's when I felt it was the right time financially. One important thing to keep in mind is that once you step outside of the big metropolitan cities, public transit options can become less frequent and less dense. This is true even for the outskirts of major cities. What this means practically is that commutes to grocery stores, colleges, and workplaces tend to take longer and be less convenient if you rely solely on transit. So, while owning a vehicle might not be necessary right away, it becomes a real asset once you're more settled and comfortable financially, especially in less urban areas. This ties into the overall theme of planning wisely for your needs and resources as you settle into life here. So I bought my car in August 2022. The main reason was that I was really tired of relying on Uber to get to work on the weekends. You see, in Barrie, Ontario, the transit system doesn't run early enough on weekends around 4:30 or 5 in the morning, so it was just not practical. During the winter, my coworkers would sometimes offer to give me a ride, which was definitely helpful, but it wasn't a consistent solution. I also realized I was missing out on a job opportunity in Pickering because I didn't have a car to get there easily. On top of that, I was spending nearly $100 each weekend on Uber, in addition to an $80 monthly bus pass. It was adding up quickly and just wasn't sustainable. That's when I started exploring different used vehicle dealerships, thinking about buying my own car. So, the decision was really driven by the need for more flexibility and to avoid those ongoing transportation costs. When I first arrived in Canada, one of the very first things I did was to get my learner's driver's license in Alberta. I managed to do this within just a month of landing, which was pretty quick considering I was still getting used to everything. Getting that learner's permit was a crucial step because it allowed me to start practicing driving legally and safely. Then, by February 2020, I was able to obtain my full driver's license. This was a significant milestone because, as part of my job requirements, I needed to have a valid license to start working. Securing that complete license not only gave me the legal right to drive freely, but also helped me integrate more smoothly into my new environment. Overall, this process of getting my driver's license was essential because it supported my move, my independence, and my ability to start working effectively in Canada. It's a small but important step that laid the foundation for many of the opportunities that followed. So I got my license mainly to start gaining driving experience here in Canada. Even though I knew I wouldn't be purchasing a car for the next 3 years, having that license was really important. It's because, as many of you might know, driving experience plays a huge role when it comes to insurance. If you're a first-time car buyer or new to driving, the costs can be quite steep. That's because insurance companies see inexperienced drivers as higher risk. By getting my license early, I was able to build up a driving history, which ultimately helps lower insurance premiums in the long run. It's a strategic move, investing in experience now to save money later. This also ties into the overall theme of planning and making smart choices early on, especially when navigating a new country and its systems. So, even if I wasn't planning to buy a car immediately, having that license was a smart step to avoid unnecessary expenses down the road. So, this is my personal case. I bought a Nissan Rogue S from 2014, and I did so at Murad Auto Sales in Barrie, Ontario. Overall, I definitely don't regret the decision. I'm happy with the car. However, I have to admit, it did stretch my budget quite a bit. It was a bit of a financial stretch, but I felt it was worth it in the end. If you're interested in checking out their inventory or learning more about their offerings, I've included a link to their website in the video description. This highlights how important it is to find the right deal from a reputable dealer, especially when making a significant purchase like a vehicle. Let's start by talking about insurance, which is honestly one of the most important things to get sorted out before you drive off the lot. Your dealer won't hand over your keys until you show proof of insurance, so it's a step you really can't skip. Today, we're going to look at Teed Insurance's motor vehicle quote as an example, but keep in mind there are other options like Desjardins, CAA, and more. It's always good to shop around to find the best coverage and rates for you. Now, when it comes to insurance, there are a few key factors that really influence your quote. The make, model, and year of the car are obvious ones. Some cars cost more to insure than others. But beyond that, your driving history, which includes your record of accidents or tickets, can make a big difference. And don't forget about your postal code. Your location impacts your insurance premium because some areas tend to have higher rates of accidents or theft. All these elements, car details, your driving record, and where you live, work together to determine your insurance costs. So, understanding these points helps you make smarter choices when buying a car, ensuring you're prepared for the insurance part of the process. It's all about making sure you're covered and avoiding surprises later on. Postal code is actually one of the most decisive factors when it comes to insurance, and there's a good reason for that. It's because theft and accident statistics vary significantly from area to area. So, the postcode you choose to include in your address can influence your insurance premium quite a bit. Essentially, insurance companies analyze these data points to assess the risk associated with your location. If you live in an area with higher theft rates or more frequent accidents, your premium might be higher. Conversely, if your postal code falls within a safer neighborhood, you could benefit from lower rates. This highlights the importance of selecting your address carefully, or at least being aware of how your postal code impacts your insurance costs. It's a key element in understanding how insurers evaluate risk and set premiums, which ties directly into our overall discussion on how to optimize your insurance policies effectively. So, in summary, we're looking at a vehicle that's a bit older but still reliable. The key is to find one with a well-documented maintenance history, which gives you confidence in its condition. Ideally, you want to spend around $10,000 on this. Brands like Toyota, Honda, Ford, and Nissan are known for their reliability, so those are good places to start. It's also worth doing some research. People often upload videos showing which cars are easiest to repair or built like tanks, so those can be great resources. When you're considering a specific vehicle, don't forget to ask for a Carfax report, or better yet, use the VIN to pull the report yourself online. This way, you can verify its history and avoid surprises later on. And a little tip, getting a set of winter tires along with your used vehicle is a smart move. It can save you money compared to buying new or used tires later. Plus, if you're in Canada, checking for a block heater is really beneficial, especially during those cold winter months. It makes starting your car much easier and helps keep your engine in good shape over time. All these points connect back to our overall goal, making a smart, reliable, and cost-effective vehicle purchase that keeps you safe and prepared for the seasons ahead. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. When you're in a town or city that gets a record amount of snow, it's really important to think about the type of vehicle you choose. An SUV or a vehicle with high ground clearance can make a big difference. Sedans, as comfortable and efficient as they are, don't usually have that extra clearance. So if you're in northern Alberta or even northern Ontario, where snow is abundant, an SUV is generally a smarter choice. It handles snowy, icy conditions much better and offers more stability. But it's also worth mentioning that sedans have their own advantages. When it comes to fuel efficiency and mileage, sedans usually outperform SUVs. So, if you're looking for better gas economy and lower running costs, sedans are hard to beat. Overall, the choice really depends on your environment and what you prioritize, whether it's better performance in snow or better fuel efficiency. This ties back to our overall theme of making smart, informed vehicle choices based on your environment and needs. So, why choose a used car dealership instead of buying from a Kijiji seller? Well, going through a dealership might cost a bit more upfront, but there are some important advantages to consider. For example, if you have enough funds to buy the car outright, a dealership often provides better assurances. One key benefit is the safety inspection certificate they offer, which covers essential parts of the vehicle. This helps ensure the car is in good condition and reduces the risk of surprises down the road. On the other hand, buying from a private seller on Kijiji might seem cheaper initially. And yes, you could save on taxes, but there's a significant gamble involved. Without a proper safety inspection, you're essentially taking a chance that the car might have underlying issues. It could look fine now, but problems could surface a few months later, possibly costing you a lot more in repairs. That's why I always recommend bringing along someone who knows cars well, like a registered mechanic or a service technician from a car company. They can do a thorough inspection and help you make an informed decision. Remember, investing a little in expert advice can save you from costly mistakes later, and it ties into our overall theme of making smarter, more secure car buying choices. When you're buying a used car through Kijiji or from a dealer, it's really important to take a few extra steps to ensure everything is in order. I recommend asking to drive the car to the nearest authorized dealership of that specific make. This way, you can have the vehicle inspected properly. Make sure that all the parts, like the brake pads, rotors, sensors, and valves, are original and from the same manufacturer. This is crucial because it helps you stay compliant with insurance requirements and ensures the vehicle's safety and reliability. Remember, the key here is verification. By doing these checks, you're not just protecting yourself financially, but also making sure that the vehicle is safe to drive and that you're meeting all the necessary regulations. This step is a small but vital part of the overall process to make a smart, informed purchase. Getting an OBD2 scanner and running a diagnostic scan of the vehicle you are going to buy is a crucial step in the inspection process. This device is a powerful tool that can reveal a lot about the car's health. By connecting the scanner to the vehicle's OBD port, you can access real-time data and check for any stored trouble codes. These codes can tell you if there are underlying issues that might not be immediately visible during a visual inspection. It's like giving the car an X-ray to see what's going on beneath the surface. Running a diagnostic scan helps you identify potential problems early, saving you from unexpected repairs down the line. It also gives you peace of mind, knowing you're making an informed decision. Remember, this step ties into the overall theme of being a savvy, prepared buyer. Using technology like an OBD2 scanner empowers you to assess the vehicle's condition accurately, ensuring you're not just relying on appearances, but also on solid data. So, investing in a good scanner and knowing how to use it can be a game changer in your car buying process. When it comes to financing versus paying in full, my experience tells me that paying in full is generally the smarter choice across the board. When you own your vehicle outright, you avoid interest payments and can often save money in the long run. But I also understand that not everyone's financial situation allows for that kind of upfront payment, say, depositing $10,000 or more. For example, I financed my own vehicle because I didn't have that kind of cash readily available. That made sense for me at the time. However, I also want to point out that making those payments over 4 or 5 years can sometimes feel overwhelming or stressful. One upside of financing is that it can help build your credit score, as long as you're making consistent, on-time payments, whether bi-weekly or monthly. That can be a real benefit if you're trying to establish or improve your credit history. But especially if you're a student or on a tight budget, I recommend keeping your vehicle expenses as low as possible. Ideally, your costs should just be for essentials like gas or charging and insurance. The goal is to minimize financial strain while still maintaining reliable transportation. So, in addition to traditional financing options, it's also worth mentioning that used car dealerships often work with third-party financing companies. These companies can help you get approved for a used vehicle loan, especially if your vehicle is a bit older and might not qualify for direct financing from major banks. For example, in my case, this was a useful route. It opens up more opportunities to secure the vehicle you want, even if it's not brand new. However, it's important to keep in mind that while third-party financing can be a helpful option, they come with their own interest rates. These rates might be higher than what you'd get directly from a bank, so it's something to consider carefully. Overall, financing, even through third-party companies, can be a good solution, but always be aware of the terms and interest rates involved. The financing company I went with was First Car Priority Financing. They were the ones who got me approved for a loan through RBC. The interest rate they offered was 9.99% per year. Now, I have to be honest, that's not the lowest rate out there, but at the time, it was the best I could find compared to other institutions. This choice highlights how important it is to shop around and compare options carefully, especially when financing a big purchase like a vehicle. It's all about finding the best deal you can get, even if it's not perfect, and making sure it aligns with your financial goals. When it comes to swapping tires every season, it's really about safety and legal requirements. During the winter season, you're expected to switch out your summer or all-weather tires for winter tires. These are specially designed to perform better in cold, icy, and snowy conditions. Personally, I use winter tires all year round, but that's just my preference. The key point here is that if you're involved in a collision during winter and you haven't equipped your vehicle with winter tires, your insurance claim might not be approved. Insurance companies often have policies that require winter tires for winter driving to ensure safety. Now, winter tires with good tread depth are crucial because they provide better traction. This means your vehicle grips the road more effectively, reducing the likelihood of slipping. They also decrease your stopping distance compared to all-weather or summer tires, which is vital on icy or snow-covered roads. So, swapping to seasonal tires isn't just a formality, it's a crucial safety measure. It connects directly to our overall theme of responsible driving and preparedness for winter conditions. Being proactive with tire changes can make a real difference in your safety and your insurance coverage. Some additional items you may want to consider are these factors that can really influence the success of your project. First, think about stakeholder engagement. Keeping everyone involved and informed can make a huge difference. Second, don't overlook the importance of risk management. Identifying potential issues early helps you stay prepared. Third, consider the scalability of your solution. Will it grow with your organization or needs? Fourth, look at the feedback loop. Regularly gathering input can lead to continuous improvement. And finally, always keep an eye on the overall alignment with your strategic goals. That's what keeps everything moving in the right direction. These are just some extra points to keep in mind as you move forward. Let's talk about dash cams. They're becoming increasingly popular, and not just for the obvious reasons like recording incidents on the road. More often, people use them for personal peace of mind, knowing that they have a record of their driving. This can be incredibly reassuring, especially in case of disputes or accidents. Beyond peace of mind, dash cams also add an extra layer of security. They can discourage bad behavior from other drivers or even prevent fraud. And when it comes to insurance, having clear footage can really help streamline claims processing. It's like having an impartial witness right there in your car. In the bigger picture of vehicle safety and protection, dash cams tie into our overall theme of being proactive and prepared. They're simple tools that can make a significant difference in how we manage risks and protect ourselves on the road. Let's talk about some anti-theft devices that can really make a difference. One effective option is steering wheel locks, and you can find good ones at stores like Canadian Tire. These locks are simple to use and act as a strong visual deterrent for potential thieves. Another smart idea is to use trackers, like Tile or other similar devices. These small gadgets can be attached to your keys, wallet, or even inside your vehicle. If your property is stolen, these trackers can help you locate it quickly, giving you peace of mind. Overall, combining physical deterrents like steering wheel locks with electronic tracking devices creates a layered approach to theft prevention. It's all about making it as difficult as possible for thieves to succeed and increasing the chances of recovery if they do. Let's talk about Faraday bags. These are specialized containers designed to block electromagnetic signals. Their main purpose is to prevent any remote access or tampering with electronic devices, especially in digital forensics or data protection scenarios. When you place a device inside a Faraday bag, it essentially becomes isolated from the outside world, ensuring that no signals, like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or cellular, can reach or leave the device. This is crucial when you want to preserve the integrity of digital evidence or prevent unauthorized access. The key point here is that Faraday bags serve as a protective barrier, safeguarding devices from potential remote interference. They connect to our overall theme by highlighting the importance of controlling digital environments and maintaining security, especially in investigations or sensitive data handling. Depending on where you are located, it's really important to consider how severe the weather can get in your area. If you're in a place that's prone to hailstorms or heavy snowfall, then your parking choices should reflect that. Opting for parking under a shed or inside a garage can make a big difference in protecting your vehicle. It's about minimizing damage and keeping your car safe from those harsh weather conditions. Remember, being prepared and choosing the right parking spot is a key part of overall vehicle safety and maintenance. So, always think about the weather patterns in your area when deciding where to park. Investing in a decent car can truly be worth its weight in gold. When you think about it, your vehicle isn't just a way to get from point A to point B. Especially in emergencies, it becomes so much more. It acts as your ambulance, providing quick transport if someone's hurt or if you need to get to help fast. It also serves as your storage for food and water, which can be crucial if supplies are scarce. Plus, your car can be a workshop for your tools, giving you a space to repair or prepare things on the go. It even doubles as a medicine cabinet, holding essential medicines or first aid supplies. Overall, your car becomes a vital, versatile resource, like a mobile safety haven, making it a smart investment for your preparedness and peace of mind.